Hello, this is Ted Gambardella, and over the last 65 years of my life, I've come to believe a lot of things, and most things I believe are true because I've experienced them in my life time and time again. I found I was exactly right in believing them. But lately it seems to me that I've been totally wrong on most of the things I've believed my entire life, and I wanted to share some of the things now because I feel that I might be wrong about them because the press and the media told me so. What's wrong with America is that there simply is too much morality. Now, I used to believe that what was right with America was that we were just and moral people. But thanks to the press and the liberal media, I now understand that what is wrong with America is that we are too moral, we are too forgiving, and we are not immoral enough. You see, the problem is that moral people believe you shouldn't lie. You shouldn't steal, you shouldn't cheat, you shouldn't kill, you shouldn't commit adultery, and you should love your country. These are basic moral tenets that I grew up with, but now I've learned from the modern press, but this is totally wrong. Let's look at each one individually and let's learn from our mistakes so that we're not so gullible to believe them when because we were young. Lying. You know, I used to believe that telling a lie was just immoral and even a sin. But thanks to the modern media, I know now that it's perfectly okay to tell lies when you're talking about politics. When the president lies about the economy and the taxes and Congress lies, it's just wonderful. When the president lies about having oral sex in the Oval Office on Easter, that's great. When the politician after politician tell lie after lie, and especially when they invoke helping the children to further their lives, it's just wonderful. It's just great. And it would be so much better for America if everyone were to lie all the time, just like the politicians do. You know, you shouldn't commit adultery. Or really, you shouldn't commit any sexual sins at all, I used to believe. But now I've learned there's really no such thing as a sexual sin unless it's done by a Catholic priest. When a homosexual has a man with a young boy or a lesbian with a young woman, that's just great. And if they're right, and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, what's really wrong is that there aren't more homosexuals or lesbians in the world. You see, they're protected by the freedom of speech. You know that act is, don't you? You know what freedom of speech used to be, don't you? It's the right for anyone who doesn't like what you're saying to call you a bigot, a homophile, a liar, and a racist or a pig. Yes, you can do any perverted thing in the world, but you can't say anything about it, or you might hurt somebody's feelings. So you have to pretend everything is okay about any sexual immorality unless it's done by a Catholic priest or a Republican. Religion is really the biggest problem in America today because religion insists on having right and wrongs and having morals. And we know you can't have morals and be a good politician or a good American. The less moral character you have, the more likely you're to become a star on television. You're protected, you're loved, you're forgiven, and most importantly, you're made a hero. I know it sounds funny, but it's just absolutely true. Look at the lovely ladies like Kim Kardashian and Snooki. So what have we learned from this little humorous vignette? You can't be immoral enough. And in fact, the more immoral you are, the more the press and the media will love you, unless you're a Catholic priest or a Republican. This is Ted Gambardella. I'll see you next time.